Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. I've been playing a little bit with Izzy's. Having some fun with it, actually. I got a whole bunch of screens going on, moved things around, colorized them, all kinds of things, and I'm liking Izzy's a lot. So I've got the inventory manager thing that I had before. I also put in a performance screen, so it kind of tells me how the script is handling in the world and what things it's doing. It really just looks cool. It's not that actually useful unless the server's slowing down for that reason, but no, it's slowing down for completely other reasons. And of course, if there's any warnings, it's going to tell me that really big. And over here, I put in an inventory display showing how much ice and uranium we have. But I wanted to make a couple of changes, and I wanted you guys to see this because it's cool. If you take a screen and you put in exclamation point inventory, all you have to do is go into custom data and put in the items that you want inventory for, ice and uranium. Nice and simple. But in this case, you know, I don't need 100,000 ice and 100,000 uranium. Especially uranium. I wouldn't mind more, but we certainly don't need 100,000. So, as you can see down here, it says, let's see, you can put the number in, and it defaults to 100,000. But if we go into custom data, we can say, no, I am perfectly fine with 10,000. And honestly, you know, this is probably about right for ice as well. Maybe I want a little bit more than 10,000 ice. We're going to make that 50,000 ice. So now our little bars will show us, you know, a more realistic number. But I also don't really need it to say items containing uranium and then uranium, so we can put in the no heading tag. And there's other things you can put on here. We don't really need it to not scroll because it's not going to scroll. So, but let's just do this. No heading. No heading. There. Cool, huh? And we can put pretty much anything else on there we want. Don't really need anything more. So we're good. I was thinking about over here putting in like ores. Because, oh wait, ore. It's just ore. Right? Is that right? There we go. Just so that we can see, we have, well, ice, scrap, and stone. That's all we have for ore. Well, it's fine. We don't really need ore. That's the thing. This is a flying recycle bin, by the way. Somebody commented that, and I love the name. So this is now the FRB. As a matter of fact, it's now officially the FRB. The flying recycle bin, because it's just a perfect name for it. It's exactly what it is. Anyway, so we already have a list of ingots, and I set up all the auto crafting to be approximately what I want for each item, and it's already done all of its adjustments to get within close. It won't. I think it's 5 and 10% for constructing and deconstructing, so we're good with that. Oh, and I guess I have a duplicate display over here that we don't need. Just get rid of that. I reassigned this cargo container down here to be tools and bottles and that kind of thing, so that when I start running low on bottles, I can grab them out of here. I can dump stuff in there and it'll automatically assign it to the right place. This one over here, I wanted to do something different with. It's currently ingots, which isn't very handy. I don't need to go here for ingots specifically. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to, instead of ingots, we're going to have this be cargo container special. And what that's going to do, obviously it's going to empty it out because it's no longer assigned to that. But if we go into the custom data for this container, it's just put in a whole bunch of stuff. And I can actually tell it exactly what I want it to keep in here. If you've watched my previous series, then you know that I like to have a container that has the components that you need to start a build in it. It's really handy when you just want to be able to go around and set things down and then come back and weld them up later. 100 steel plate, Let's do 100 girders, 100 interior plate, and 100 construction components at all times. So if I come in here and grab those items, which it should do, right? Is it going to put it in there? There you go. So this is what you need to build pretty much anything. So if I just grab these, it'll refill it automatically, but now I can go and lay down whatever I want to change. So if I wanted to add in more assemblers, which I thought about doing, I could do that. I don't actually want to do that. Actually, what I do want to do, this has been bugging me. I never use these. Like, I never actually use these ramps. They were there to be symmetrical. They've been nothing but annoying. Okay, that was not what I expected to do. Okay. Oh my goodness, the server lag in this area is awful. We really need to get out of this place. So I'm going to throw these in here, which, of course, I just picked up the materials for these, so it didn't really need the things I picked up. But you know what I mean. You know what just happened there. You saw it. You were going to even say it. You didn't need to grab steel plates, because you just ground down something that had a bunch of steel plates in it. Well, I'm not going to really be building much right now anyway, so we'll just put those back. And there's one other change I want to make before we leave, and that is I just went and manually mined out some ice. So we have enough ice, you know, to fill up oxygen bottles and that kind of thing. And I'm realizing that if I close this door, instead of using the outside air, which it could use to fill up the inside here with oxygen, it's going to use my oxygen generator, which is why I had it turned off for a while. And then I had just had to turn it back on to actually get some oxygen. I'm thinking, this is a pain in the butt. I want to do something different. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw in a button panel. Haha. See, this is why I would normally be carrying things. And this one starts with interior plate. Anyway, I'm going to throw in a button panel right here. And this button panel, I'm going to have a button for closing the doors and turning off the oxygen. So we need to set up one of our timers, and I think we have a spare timer. Let's see. Yeah, timer block 3 is available. So we're going to set this one up to be TB pressurize. O2 generator, toggle block off, sliding door closed. Yeah, that should be fine, right? I don't know. And I want it to be triggered now. We're not going to use the actual timer on it. So in theory, my O2 generator is turned off. Let's make sure. Yes, it is turned off. And we're going to slowly be getting oxygen via the outside, right? So we've got the intake, which is pulling in air from the outside. There we go. See, room pressure, the room pressure is at 8%, and it's going to be going up very slowly. Is it not going to ever go more than 8%? Should we throw in an oxygen tank? Let's do that. You know, I could stand it up right here. Air vent intake is on. Depressurize. Oh. That wasn't set to actually depressurize. There we go. Well, no wonder it wasn't doing anything. Where did I get that 8% or whatever? Who knows. And now we've got full interior pressure. And how's this oxygen tank looking? It's slowly filling. So that'll give us some backup. And so I'm going to wait until that tank is completely full before I turn my oxygen generator back on. Let's get out of this area. So let's turn these guys back on. And lift this guy. That is not the button I wanted. This one. There you go. So what I want to do right now is head on back to where we kind of started this whole thing. I'm going to follow the road back, and we're going to... I left a lot of things behind, is what I'm trying to say. And I want to gather up a bunch of that stuff. And then we got to start thinking about how we want to let the rebels know where we're dropping things. And how we're going to drop things. That sort of thing. I don't know how that's going to work. There's the bridge. I was thinking... the one place we know the rebels were that they might come back to is that blown up base. I could see them returning there for various reasons, but I really don't think that Mining Corp is going to go there. I don't think they have any reason to, you know? So it would make sense for us to maybe leave a screen there with a message kind of saying how to get in contact with us. Something like that. I don't know. I'm open to ideas. Oh, here we go. Here's a crashed ship. Should I go there first or... Ooh, we're going to stop, right? That was a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get all we can out of this. Oh, the other thing I was thinking. Yeah, let's land here real quick. One thing I want to do, let's go down. I want to add a camera. So down here, I'm going to put a camera like right, I don't know. I'd like to have a camera like right in the middle here, like right there. Would I be able to get away with that? Like just putting a camera right there? Good grief, the lag over here is worse. We go. So now I can kind of see what I'm grinding down. It's a little easier. Let's give it a try. Now the question is, will my grinders like grind off my my camera? Ooh, guess not. Nice. I love it. Well, darn it. Oh, come on. Oh, now I'm locked in. Okay. But there's room to build, so that's what matters. Let's go ahead and shut down the script. Kill the grinders. And yeah. Probably going to need to do something about this. So how are we going to not have this happen in the future? Come on, there you go. Oh my. That should work, right? Why not? I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't put a welder. Huh. I wonder if I could put... What is going on? What was that about? I did not just tell myself to rotate like that. That was bizarre. So I'm wondering if I could put a welder like right underneath that and have it automatically weld up. Oops. Well, didn't need that display anyway. Oh, I wonder if it, for some reason, decided it wanted to use the auto dampener inertial thing on that grid instead of that one. That might have been why I was rotating funny. Okay. So if I were to do a welder like here... Yeah, let's try that. Is that gonna work? Like, is that gonna run into it? It actually doesn't. That's beautiful. Okay. So now, theoretically, I could weld that back up from here, right? Welder on. Oh, the crazy things I do. Well, we have a thruster again. Those outer ones aren't welding, though, which makes sense. What could we do about that? Can we mount them in a different way? Whoa.
Your health is critical.
Right. Got too close to the welder, apparently. That was not a good idea. Especially with it on. Like this. Then I could actually put in 2 thrusters on each side. See how this looks. See how it works, too. Actually, it kind of looks cool, too. So if I turn the welder back on, and let's just, what if I kill the script? What was that? What are you doing? Oh, it's running into... Good grief. So the welder was able to get one of them, but not the other one. Maybe I need a second welder. Sure, why not? I mean, while we're being crazy and all. If I put the other welder here... Yeah. There we go. Let's go see if turning those on will actually weld up both sides. Oh. I might have to get some more timer blocks and set up like a fix-it script or something that sets the rotors rotating, you know? But I need to get that thing rotating again. I know how I can do that. Turn the script on and then turn it off. There you go. Go all the way around. All the way around. It's partway done. Aren't you going to make it? No. It's going to come back the other way. Finish it. No. There we go. Let's see if this will do it. Just about. Yeah, it's done. All right, let's turn those welders off. I think I'm going to duplicate this on the other side. So that should give us a fair amount more thrust. Ready, place. Well, I can't say I'm surprised to see that a couple of the engines didn't finish because of lack of motors, which has been a constant problem. Let's see. Let's turn these guys back on. And yeah, just a bit more grinding. Got plenty of thrust even without those finished. And it looks like we might be able to find some motors on board. Oh, good grief. The biggest problem with vector thrust is that you do lose some altitude while moving backward and forward. Wait a minute. Some of my thrusters on this side are upside down. Oh, silly me. I also just realized doing this while hovering, probably not a good idea since sometimes the script crashes. There's a piece stuck to my landing gear. Those side thrusters are getting a little bit on the dangerously close side. Oh boy. This thing is getting dangerously heavy too. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have some thrusters just kind of dedicated to keeping this thing aloft. Oh boy. Yeah, this thing's getting heavier and heavier, and staying up is becoming more and more of a challenge. If I remember correctly, I might be able to get a lot of motors back at some of the other locations. Maybe we can come back to finish this guy off. Oh, jeez, come on. That way. Yeah. Oh, boy. No, we need altitude more than anything else right now. Oh, good grief. Come on. Oh, this thing is so heavy right now. So I also probably really need to work on doing my first drop off. Oh, no. No. Oh. Yeah, this thing is too heavy. Oh, you know what? Here's another thing we can do. That tree may have saved my life. I think we still might be short motors. Inventory. Yeah. We don't have any motors on board. And I don't think we have the ability to make them either. Well, maybe we do. Let's take a quick look at our screens. Oh, let's turn off the welders. They're not welding anyway. Oh my goodness. It's trying to take apart like everything. I'm thinking loudly. So I have two assemblers. This one is trying to make motors. Is it trying to make steel plates? And it's trying to make 2,908 drills. Make motors, dudes. Okay, now it's decided to disassemble things. I have one drill. Why is it trying to take apart 5,767 drills? Okay, well, there's a reason I have a manual one. Make me 100 motors, thank you. Come on, you can find nickel. And iron, for that matter. Really? That's the only nickel we have? Really? It keeps trying to take apart these imaginary drills. And I have no idea why. At one point in time, I asked it to take apart drills. Hang on. Custom data. Let me do something here. So I had it hide drills because I didn't care about them. Well, I care about them now. There we go. Hand drill 3 item. We have one. The demand is 1. What is wrong with you? Oh, and that's not even, that's the tier 4 ones, not the tier 3 ones. I'm just going to manually put in a level 4 one. And I'm going to tell it that we want 0. So now maybe it'll be smart enough to not... It'll be like, oh, well, we don't have any of those, so I don't want to disassemble a bunch of them that we don't have. Nope. Still thinks we want to take that thing apart. And it can't make one. I don't think it can anyway. Maybe if I go over to the manual one and I tell it to make one of these guys. We don't have the platinum for that. Oh, apparently we do have the platinum for that. Cool. Maybe once we actually have one, it won't be as confused. It's taking it apart. It found it, and now it's taking it apart. And it's going to be down to 5,766. Yep. Yep. There it is. Oh, but wait. It's not adding the Q back. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, it is. I could remove the auto disassembly. There we go. Auto disassembling. I'm bouncing all over the place. It's so much fun. There we go. So it's starting back over again. Oh, and notice it no longer has handrail 3s on there. If we go to custom data, it's not in there. Edit text, it's not in there. Production, auto. Ooh, production queue is cleared. Now it really wants to make things, which is good, right? What can we disassemble that has nickel in it? Ooh, metal grid has nickel in it. And I have a ton of metal grid right now. Disassemble a couple of thousand metal grid. And if we're lucky, that's going to give us what we need for the motors. Yay! Make motors. Yeah, every time a motor is completed, it's getting popped into those. So if we start flying, they should be done pretty soon. Some of these places had just tons of components. Oh boy. No, no, please don't. Please don't. Ah, jeez. Well, that was fun. Wonder how much I lost. Huh. Actually, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't bad. Yeah, that really wasn't bad at all. That's crazy. Okay. I've got a little FRB shaped hole in the ground, but other than that, and of course some missing grinders. And sure, let's land on a tree. Why not? Does anybody have a problem with this? I don't. While we were working on getting landed, those finished up. Good. And we can turn the welders off and let's go fix up this poor ship. Oh my. I do have a tendency to break things, don't I? I'm surprised. The damage really wasn't very bad at all. All right. I think we're all good. Yeah, at least that got rid of some of the weight, right? Why is that one doing weird things? Let me recompile this. There we go. Now it's not doing that anymore. We need more thrust. Lots more thrust. You know, the other thing I was thinking about was removing these 2 smaller thrusters and going with 3 large thrusters in a row on all 3. So we'd have 9 large thrusters and no small ones. See, the really stupid thing about this is that I think that is almost hitting the ground. Yeah, it is. So this is dumb. Because if I get too close to the ground, this thing's going to rotate and smack into the ground, and then we're just going to have the same issue of motors or engines exploding. Maybe instead of this, we just need to have, like, thrusters attached to the side. Like this. Create a little bit more, you know, upward lift just all the time. Can I still get through this? Yes, I can. I think that makes the most sense at this point. That should be it for my fixed motors. And of course they're trying to take off as hard as they can. Let's turn the script back on. Let's see if this works any better. Ooh, it's going up instead of down. That's nice. I can actually maintain altitude while going forward. That's nice. Okay. That is much better. The constant upward I'm not thrilled with, but I'd rather constant up than constant down. So I think at this point we need to come over here and land. Landing might be a problem. How does one land when one is going up constantly? I guess one just hits the down button a lot. There we go. See, there's no thrust override. I might actually have to do thrust override. I don't know. Well, we will figure it out next time. If you have suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button. And I'll see you next time on Epic Tech.